Imagine trusting a friend with your life savings, only for that friend to bury you in the ground and cover their tracks with concrete. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking and heartbreaking betrayal cases in recent true crime history: the murder of Taylor Wright, a former police officer, private investigator, and devoted mother whose life came to a sudden end at the hands of someone she believed was protecting her. This story is filled with deception, jealousy, and $34,000 that never made it back to its owner. Before everything fell apart, Taylor Wright wasn't a victim. She was strong, determined, and sharp. Born in North Carolina, she grew up to become a police officer and then transitioned into private investigation. She was the type of person who handled pressure well, someone who trusted her instincts, someone who pushed through anything life threw her way. Her work often put her in dangerous situations, and she had developed a reputation for being fearless, meticulous, and highly skilled at uncovering the truth. But during the months leading up to her death, Taylor was going through a difficult divorce. To protect her finances during the legal process, she withdrew $34,000, money she didn't want her ex-spouse to have access to. She decided to trust someone she considered a close friend, a woman named Ashley McArthur, to hold on to that money. And that turned out to be the fatal decision that cost her life. Ashley McArthur wasn't just any friend. She had once worked as a crime scene technician for law enforcement in Escambia County, Florida. On the side, her family owned a jukebox and pool table servicing business in Pensacola. To the outside world, Ashley looked dependable, responsible, even trustworthy. She and Taylor saw each other regularly. They talked, confided in each other, leaned on each other. Taylor believed Ashley was a safe place to keep her money until the divorce was over. But underneath that friendly surface, Ashley was hiding a far darker truth. The two women had met years earlier through a mutual acquaintance and quickly bonded over their shared experiences in law enforcement and investigative work. They often discussed cases, strategies, and legal procedures. Taylor admired Ashley's knowledge of crime scenes, thinking it complemented her own investigative skills. But as Taylor began pressing for the return of her money, the dynamic shifted. Ashley became increasingly evasive, often dodging Taylor's questions or offering flimsy excuses. Taylor began feeling uneasy, sensing tension from the friend she once trusted completely. On the morning of September 8, 2017, Taylor told her partner Cassandra that she was heading out to meet Ashley to get her money back. Taylor had been asking for it repeatedly, and every time Ashley had an excuse. The bank was closed, the box was inaccessible, or she just needed a little more time. But Taylor was done waiting. That day, she insisted she needed her money immediately. It was the last message anyone would ever receive from her. Ashley picked up Taylor that morning. They drove away together. And from that moment on, Taylor Wright vanished. When Taylor didn't return home that night, Cassandra instantly knew something was wrong. Taylor wasn't the type to disappear, not without calling, not without a sign. Cassandra reported her missing, and investigators quickly reached out to Ashley. She claimed she had dropped Taylor off at a friend's house. She said Taylor seemed stressed and wanted to be alone. But there was no friend, no drop-off. And as detectives listened to Ashley, something about her calmness didn't feel right. She wasn't acting like someone worried for her missing friend. She was acting like someone trying to get ahead of the truth. Detectives began digging into Ashley's story, and that's when the lies started to unravel. First, her timeline didn't match her phone's location data. Then, they found surveillance footage of her the day after Taylor's disappearance, footage showing Ashley purchasing large bags of potting soil, concrete mix, and other materials that raised immediate red flags. Investigators followed her digital trail to rural, isolated areas where she had spent long, unexplained stops. The authorities also discovered evidence that Ashley had researched ways to conceal a body. She used her experience as a former crime scene technician to select the materials and location carefully. She knew which areas were less likely to be patrolled or investigated, and how to manipulate soil and concrete to avoid easy detection. Investigators found her phone had multiple searches about how to use concrete for burial purposes, along with searches about disposing of evidence and erasing digital footprints. These details painted a chilling picture of premeditation. Weeks passed with no sign of Taylor, but finally, a search of a rural farm property owned by Ashley's family revealed something that would break the case open. Officers noticed a disturbed patch of land. As they began digging, they struck something solid, a layer of concrete. Beneath that concrete were human remains. Along with them was a small but unmistakable necklace, a bullet-shaped pendant that Taylor was known for wearing every day. It was her. Taylor Wright had been shot once in the back of the head, execution style, then buried under concrete and layers of soil on land connected directly to Ashley MacArthur. The discovery shocked the community. People couldn't understand how someone with Ashley's background, a person trained to handle crime scenes, could commit such a heinous act. For Taylor's family, every day of waiting for answers had been agonizing, and now the horrific truth came to light. Taylor's partner and family had to grapple with not only the loss, but the betrayal from someone they had trusted implicitly. The emotional impact was devastating, but the evidence was undeniable. The prosecution laid out a chilling sequence of events. Ashley, desperate to keep the stolen money and prevent Taylor from exposing her, killed her and used her knowledge as a former crime scene worker to hide the body. They showed the receipts for the concrete and potting soil. They presented the phone tracking data that placed Ashley at the burial site. They demonstrated her financial activity, showing how she had drained Taylor's money. They even produced testimony from friends and acquaintances who described how Ashley had shown jealousy and possessiveness over the friendship, revealing a motive beyond financial gain. And every piece fit perfectly into a picture of intentional, premeditated murder. The trial revealed even more about the calculated steps Ashley had taken. She had told multiple friends and acquaintances conflicting stories about Taylor's whereabouts, creating an elaborate web of lies to buy herself time. The jury was shown texts, phone logs, and surveillance footage that left no doubt that Ashley had acted with intent and forethought. The jury didn't take long to decide. After just 1 hour of deliberation, they found Ashley guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. She was sentenced to life in prison. During the verdict, Ashley showed almost no emotion. For Taylor's family, it wasn't closure, but it was a measure of justice. Taylor had been betrayed by someone she trusted with her finances, her friendship, and her safety. That betrayal cost her everything. Taylor Wright's story is a harsh reminder of how quickly trust can be weaponized by the wrong person. If you found this true crime breakdown compelling, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there, because sometimes the people who seem closest to us are the ones we know the least.